and I'm thinking about like high-level declarations from the G20, from NATO, regional agreements, like, for example, what is happening in the EU with the cybersecurity strategy. So I think there is this aspect of strength. There are some gaps that are, let's say, notorious mostly I would say in the international let's say, arena, but also unfortunately at the national level still, which is the enforcement mechanism and the gap in applying norms. And also, I would say, because nowadays, and this is why I would say I see it as a positive development, the multi-stakeholder, but this also necessarily is bringing also sort of like fragmented approaches and conflict of interest for the parties involved. There is still, even though the Institute was created, still considering, let's say, civil society or even society at large, when cybersecurity is debated and considered, it's still a challenge, I have to say. And there is still a kind of like challenge in understanding the full spectrum of interconnectedness. If you talk about healthcare systems nowadays, you cannot avoid to talk about cybersecurity, right? So, or when we consider, unfortunately, consideration when it comes to conflict zones, we have to talk about cyber. And then there are also some sort of like technological gaps in governance. I mean, I mentioned before the AI, the quantum, or even like the old, in a way, Internet of Things. They really outpace the development of the legal and normative framework. And so you have some sort of like blind spots.